There comes a moment in life when you realize that the world will not always recognize your worth. People will doubt you, ignore you, underestimate you, and sometimes even make you feel invisible. But listen carefully, your value does not decrease because someone failed to see it. A diamond does not lose its value because it is buried under dirt. Gold does not become worthless because it passes through fire. And you are not less important because life has been difficult. Too many people spend their lives begging for approval, chasing validation, and trying to prove themselves to people who never intended to appreciate them. But real power begins the moment you stop asking, "Am I good enough?" and start saying, "I know my worth." Your value is not measured by your bank account. It is not measured by likes, followers, opinions, or criticism. Your value comes from your heart, your resilience, your courage, and your ability to keep going when life tries to break you. Remember this. The people who laughed at you do not define you. The failures you faced do not define you. The pain you survived does not define you. What defines you is your decision to rise again. Never allow temporary struggles to make you forget your permanent value. You were created with purpose. You carry something unique that nobody else on this planet can replace. And the moment you truly understand your value, you stop settling for less, stop fearing rejection, and stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Today, this speech is a reminder. You are powerful. You are worthy. You are enough. And no matter what the world says, never forget your value. One of the biggest reasons people forget their value is because they constantly seek approval from others. They wait for compliments, recognition, or acceptance before believing in themselves. But the truth is, if your confidence depends on other people's opinions, your happiness will always be temporary. Not everyone will understand. And your journey. Some people will criticize you simply because they cannot see your vision. Others may ignore your efforts because your growth reminds them of their own limitations. But their inability to recognize your worth does not make you worthless. A lion does not lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. Likewise, you must stop allowing negative voices to control your self-worth. The moment you start believing in yourself, you take your power back. There will always be people who doubt you. There will always be people who underestimate your potential. But history has shown that many successful people were once rejected, laughed at, and ignored before the world finally noticed them. Your value is not decided by applause. It is not measured by social media likes, money, or popularity. Real value comes from your character, your mindset, and your ability to keep moving forward even when nobody believes in you. The strongest people are not the ones constantly praised by others. The strongest people are the ones who can stand alone and still believe in themselves. So stop begging for acceptance. Stop trying to fit into places where you are not respected. Know you're worth enough to walk away from anything that makes you feel small. Because when you finally stop seeking validation, you begin discovering the true power that was inside you all along. Life can be cruel sometimes. There are moments when failure, rejection, pain, and disappointment make you question your value. You may feel broken because things did not go the way you planned, but never confuse your struggles with your identity. Just because you failed does not mean you are a failure. Just because you were rejected does not mean you are unworthy. Just because life became difficult does not mean you are weak. Every great person has faced hardships. Behind every success story is a season of pain nobody talks about. The strongest people are often the ones who survive the hardest battles. Think about a diamond. Before it shines, it must go through intense pressure. Gold must pass through fire before it becomes pure. In the same way, your struggles are not destroying you, they are shaping you. Pain teaches lessons that comfort never can. Struggles build resilience. Difficult moments reveal your true strength. Sometimes life breaks you down so it can rebuild you into someone stronger than before. Do not let temporary storms convince you that your future is hopeless. Some chapters are painful, but they are not the end of your story. You still have purpose. You still have greatness inside you. The world may focus on your mistakes, but you must focus on your growth. Learn from the pain, but do not live in it. Use every setback as fuel to become stronger, wiser, and more determined. Your scars are proof that you survived. Your pain is proof that you kept going. And your journey is proof that you are stronger than you think. Never allow difficult moments to make you forget your value. Your struggles are part of your story, but they are not the final chapter. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. One of the most important lessons in life is learning that protecting your peace is not selfish, it is necessary. Too many people lose themselves trying to please everyone. They tolerate disrespect, toxic relationships, and negativity because they fear being alone. But the moment you stop respecting yourself, the world often follows. Your value increases when you learn to set boundaries. Saying no does not make you rude. Walking away from toxic environments does not make you weak. Protecting your mental peace does not make you selfish. Sometimes the people around you drain your confidence instead of building it. They constantly criticize you, doubt your dreams, and make you feel smaller than you truly are. If someone repeatedly destroys your peace, you must ask yourself if they deserve a place in your life. You cannot grow in environments that constantly breathe. A key, your spirit. Eagles do not fly with pigeons. If you want to become stronger, wiser, and more successful, you must surround yourself with people who inspire growth, not negativity. Respect yourself enough to leave situations where you are not appreciated. Never beg for love, friendship, or attention. Real connections will never require you to sacrifice your dignity. Remember this. The way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. If you constantly allow disrespect, people will assume it is acceptable. But when you carry yourself with confidence and self-respect, people begin to recognize your worth. Protect your energy. Protect your dreams. Protect your peace. Because the more you value yourself, the less you will tolerate anything that destroys your happiness. One of the fastest ways to destroy your confidence is by constantly comparing your life to someone else's success. In today's world, people only show their highlights, the victories, the achievements, the smell. But they hide the pain, the failures, and the sleepless nights behind the scenes. When you compare yourself to others, you begin to forget your own unique purpose. You start believing you are behind in life simply because someone else reached success faster. But life is not a race. Everyone has a different journey, a different struggle, and a different timing. A tree and a flower do not grow the same way, yet both are beautiful in their own time. Likewise, your path does not need to look like anyone else's to be meaningful. Some people achieve success early, others succeed after years of struggle. What matters is not how quickly you arrive. What matters is that you never stop moving forward. Comparison creates insecurity. Gratitude creates confidence. Instead of focusing on what others have, focus on how far you have come. Celebrate your growth, even if it feels small. Every step forward matters. The truth is, there are people right now wishing they had your strength, your resilience, or your opportunities. But while you are busy comparing yourself, you fail to recognize your own blessings. Do not let another person's success make you feel like a failure. Their story is not your story. Your value does not decrease because someone else is shining. Stay focused on your own journey. Trust your own timing. Believe in your own path. Because when you stop comparing yourself to others, you finally give yourself permission to become the person you were truly meant to be. Many people spend their entire lives chasing things they believe will make them valuable: money, status, fame, expensive possessions, or the approval of society. But real value cannot be bought. It cannot be given by the world, and it cannot be taken away by failure. True value comes from within. A person with confidence, integrity, discipline, and purpose carries a power that no material thing can replace. External success may impress people temporarily, but inner strength creates lasting impact. There will be moments when life strips everything away from you: opportunities, relationships, comfort, or recognition. And in those moments, the only thing left will be who you truly are inside. That is why building your character is more important than building your image. Be someone who stands strong during difficult times. Be someone who keeps their word. Be someone who rises after every fall. Be someone who refuses to quit even when life becomes painful. The world respects people who know who they are. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is quietly understanding your worth without needing to prove it to everyone. Do not allow society to convince you that your value depends on wealth or popularity. Some of the richest people are emotionally empty, while some of the happiest people live simple lives filled with purpose. The strongest kind of value comes from self-belief. When you truly believe in yourself, rejection loses its power, criticism loses its control, fear loses its grip. Because once you discover your inner value, nobody can take it away from you. You stop chasing attention. You stop begging for acceptance. and you start walking through life with unshakable confidence. Many people stay trapped in painful situations because deep inside, they believe that is all they deserve. They settle for toxic relationships, limited dreams, disrespect, and average lives because fear has convinced them to lower their standards. But listen carefully. You are not born to live beneath your potential. You deserve peace. You deserve respect. You deserve happiness. You deserve the chance to become the best version of yourself. The moment you truly understand your value, you stop accepting less than you deserve. You stop chasing people who ignore you. You stop staying in environments that destroy your confidence. You stop doubting your ability to achieve greatness. Fear keeps people trapped. Fear whispers that they are not smart enough, talented enough, or strong enough to succeed. But courage begins when you decide to believe in yourself despite your fears. Sometimes the biggest transformation in life happens when you simply raise your standards. When you decide, I will no longer tolerate disrespect. I will no longer live in fear. I will no longer settle for less. Everything changes after that decision. Never allow your past to determine your future. Your mistakes do not define your destiny. No matter how many times life knocked you down, you still have the power to rise again. You are capable of more than you realize. You are stronger than your fears. And your future can become greater than your past. But it starts with one belief: believing that you deserve better. Because the moment you recognize your true value, you stop surviving, and you start becoming unstoppable.